It's the Drizzy Morgan show.
As you know, the Premier League is restarted. And both of our teams have been on display already recently.
Yep.
Arnie Slot has entered the fray. Shout out to the legend they call Jurgen Klopp, but he's passed the baton on to Arnie Slot now, who's a Dutch manager, manages Liverpool. Speaking of that, the other Dutch manager, we have another one in the other side, named Ten Hag, who is come under fire of late. Now, if you remember the FA Cup victory against Liverpool Man United, I feel like that situation, him beating Liverpool, saved his job. I don't know if you agree or disagree.
No, go on, carry on.
Just because at that time there was ramifications and talks around him being replaced and winning the FA Cup felt to me like he had a second chance at a bite at the Premier League or managing Man United. Now, of course, you lost 3-0 to Liverpool recently, and again, just losing to your closest rivals is never a good thing.
No,
but I felt like the way that you lost the game has an adverse effect on Ten Hag's future, in my opinion. Right. So first and foremost, I would like to ask you, as a Man United fan, do you think that he's on borrowed time?
No.
Why?
Because the right foundation is now in place to help him to succeed, which he didn't have before, and he was exceeding.
What do you mean, the whole Ineos thing?
What Ineos are doing behind the scenes even surprised me, even though I was pro Ineos, despite the so-called bidding war that's going on with these so-called Saudis who we've never heard of since. Right. And I'm like, well, if you got money burning a hole in your pocket to buy a club and you don't get to buy Manchester United, why wouldn't you go and buy another club?
Right.
As like a flex, just to be like, all right, well, here's what we would have done if you had let us buy Manchester United. Here you go. We ain't heard these motherfuckers. Where are they? Right. Where they so-called Saudis? Anyway, back to Ten Hag. So Ineos are coming, and Ineos said, we're going to take care of all football-related matters behind the scenes and on the pitch. And they have exceeded my expectations in regards to stuff like we managed to get Manchester City's CEO to leave the blue half and join the red half. Right. We got Jason Wilcox.
Who's that? Yeah.
My brother.
Right.
Jason Wilcox, who used to work for City and Southampton and all that, he's joined our ranks. Dan Ashworth, who was part of the England setup, and he was part of the Brighton setup, I want to say, and then he moved to Newcastle and all that. He's now part of our setup as our director of football. We finally got a director of football in 2024. So all the things that Ten Hag needs to succeed are now in place. Right. And we're 3 games in. Losing to Liverpool is but at the same time, Liverpool, there's not been much, bar Jurgen Klopp leaving, there hasn't been that much change at Liverpool. You've bought 2 players?
1.
Okay, 1. I thought there's a keeper you lot bought or something.
Yeah,
but whatever. But my point is, you lot bought 2 players who are not going to disrupt the apple cart. Right. He's basically playing the same 11, bar Kwanzaa, but Kwanzaa's dead. I take him out for fantasy football team. Bar him, your base, the foundation was there for Arnie Boy to come in and just implement his style of play. Right. But the players are there. Right. So I'm saying the position he needs the players for is there. Yeah. Whereas if Ten Hag, he has his players. He has the players. We've improved on the squad from last season, but the structure wasn't right previously. So he's exceeded
that behind the scenes.
Right. He was being manager. He was being part of the transfer deal. That's all changed now. Right. He can now say, I need a player who can fit this profile or in this position, and then it's up to Ashworth and Wilcox, and there's another Don that's came in to identify the best players for that position, bring him in. Whereas before he was juggling being a manager, being part of the transfer process, this, that, and the third. So now he's a coach. We've got a new assistant manager and everything like that. So I say all that to say this. Losing to Liverpool as a Manchester United fan is never great. But at the same time, many teams this season are going to lose to Liverpool. And some are going to lose worse than we did. And when we started that game, we had the structure that was in place from the first game and the second game. But I don't know what Donny was on that day. It just didn't click in regards to our midfield, in regards to how it was moving. But losing to Liverpool doesn't justify losing your game 3 games into the season. No, he deserves at least till December.
Okay, I hear that. I don't want to have this conversation with you based on banter because we can do that.
Yeah.
And I feel like we'll do that this season at some point.
Yeah.
I want to have this conversation with you just based on your feelings towards the club and the way that I see that project that your club is undergoing. On the pitch itself, I personally don't see a style of play still. Third season in, I don't know how Man United play football. Are they a transition-based team? Are they more defensive-based team? Are they more possession-based? I'm trying to work that out. Now, why I say that is because I've already seen the way that Arne Slot wants to play Liverpool. He's not so gun-ho. He's not so, what do you call it? Jurgen Klopp called it rock and roll. Yeah. He's a little bit more conservative. He's a little bit more balanced. Yeah. He plays a double pivot sometimes. Yeah. And then obviously he still has Salah and the runners going forward. With Man United, I still don't understand what Ten Hag is trying to do on the pitch. Or maybe, because obviously you could go down the side of the personnel that he has. Okay, let's talk about Rashford. Yeah. Where is Rashford? Does he still even want to play for Man United? Because it feels like I don't know where his head is at in the game. That he doesn't seem as fluid. He's not running at defenders. I mean, in that Liverpool game, he did almost get an assist.
Well, 2, on a different day. Yeah. 2 apiece.
Yeah, that's true.
And then it's a different conversation.
So I did see that, but I just feel like Rashford, for me, Rashford is Man United, and I don't feel like he's.
No, you're right. Him, Mainu, Garnacho, the ones that especially that come through the ranks.
Casemiro.
Yeah, he's not in that conversation, but he didn't have his best game. But then again, it's kind of like, did we set up to give him the best opportunity? I don't know.
I said that.
We started the way we started the game. Yeah, he wants us to be the best transitional team. Right. In order to do that, you need to have ball players front to back.
Right.
And De Ligt was looking really good.
He was.
Especially with getting the ball, he wasn't panicking and he'd pass the ball out. And I think once our backline is settled, which I think would be Maswari on the left, De Ligt, Maswari, Martinez, De Ligt, and Delo, Onana in goal.
Right.
Those 3 have all played with each other. Delo's played with Onana for 2 seasons now. I think if we just keep that unit consistent, the way Ten Hag wants to play that transitional football will happen because De Ligt is a ball-playing defender. Okay. Maswari can. We've seen it with Martinez. Martinez goes into deep in midfield of the ball, etc. And we were doing that against Liverpool. It's just that I think the problem was when we were doing it, we were sending everyone forward. So when you make that misplaced pass, which can turn into a counter going the opposite way,
it left you open.
It left us open. So there's a discipline factor there. But then I also think as players, and this was for any team, if you do something 1 or 2 times that you've been coached to do and it works 50% of the time, you're kind of in game. You have to be like, all right, at least 2 of us needs to stay here.
Yeah, you're right.
You see what I'm saying?
So are you saying that's Ten Hag's instructions, or are you saying the players need to kind of take control of that situation themselves?
I think in game, it's a fine line of doing what you've been coached and been training to do,
Right.
but then at the same time, what you're training and coached to do for that week before the game might work for certain teams. But if you're applying it to a team, i.e. a Liverpool, and then you're like, we're doing it, but shit, man, we keep finding ourselves on the back foot.
Right.
We need to switch something up. Instead of all 10 of us going forward, how about 4 of us stay back?
Right.
So we have a 6 attacking, but we still have that parameter of 4 there. So I think it's getting that balance right, because I've seen the style of play has changed from this season to the previous season.
I'm not going to lie to you. I saw some of that in pre-season.
There's no
we played
kicking,
each other in
right.
pre-season.
There's no just booming the ball out.
Right.
And again, there's nothing wrong with kicking the ball out, because sometimes if you got gas merchants on the wings, that can just, you know what I mean? But we are goalkeeper will pass it to the defender, and the defender will look to make the pass. He won't just boot it.
Yeah.
So we're doing that to be a transitional team. It's just that, again, we don't, we've been unlucky in regards to, like, and not just us, it happens to you guys as well. Like Chiesa, like, you buy him, but ideally you would have had him in time to have a full preseason with this team.
Of course.
Do you know what I'm saying? So I think once the international break is done, and
Southampton next.
we've got Southampton next, I reckon within, say, 2 or 3 games, you're going to see what it is, the transitional side of things. Because as De Ligt stays fit, because, I'm not saying he's got any bad injury record, like, but you know what the Premier League's like. You can easily pick up an injury. Of course, yeah. But, like, if our back 4 stays fit,
and then,
and then Ugarte, again, we've brought someone in to help with the midfield, but he's going to have to get up to speed with the style of play and this and his fitness.
So Ugarte is going to be replacing Casemiro.
So here's the thing. I think Mount...
Because Casemiro's legs are gone.
Mount would replace... So if we're giving players a night off, Mount would be the direct replacement for Bruno.
Right.
Ugarte's replacement would be Casemiro.
Right.
And Toby Collier would replace King Kobe.
Right.
That's the thing. We're not there yet, because we need to build the squad out in regards to, like, if someone's replacing someone else, the levels don't drop. Okay. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And we're not quite there yet.
Yeah.
So I'm envious of, like, a Chelsea who can go and buy 1 million players, because they're stacking up dons to have 2 in every position and all that. We're not there yet, but we bought well this summer. This is probably the biggest clear out we've had. We got rid of like 15 players.
Right.
All the right things are happening, and I think Ten Hag will get it right. I believe in the manager, and I believe the personnel that we have will contribute to the style of play, the transitional play he wants to do. And again, if I call him Jay-Z because his name's Joshua Zirkzee, but if he had put away those 2 chances that Rashford assisted him with, it could have been a 2-2. Yeah. We'd have a different conversation of, like, oh man, Zirkzee got 2 goals against Liverpool, and that's 3 goals in 3 games. Boom, 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 boom. Do you know what I'm saying? But obviously, we lost 3-0. And the manner, because a lot of them, 2 of those goals was very self-inflicted.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but we move. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, people in the comments, let us know how you feel if you're a Man United fan and you feel like you support Ten Hag in this new era of Man United. Let us know. If you don't, let us know why. I know rival fans are going to be in the mix, talking about it. But yeah, let us know.
It's the Drizzy Morgan Show.